All right, welcome back. Brandon Rhymes, Real Estate Quarterback Show. 1250 wins, WHNZ. RE/MAX Elite Realty, top agent in Tampa Bay. A couple of hot listings just hitting the market here. 5603 East Longboat Boulevard. Beautiful property, great opportunity to build a dream home here in Bayport community. Listed at $199 and just hit the market right there in Bayport, over at Hillsborough Community, Sheldon Memorial there. And we also have another property, 1990 Hidden Lake Drive, Palm Harbor. Beautiful 3-2 property, over 2,300 square feet, on a nice size pond, lake, and pool as well. So beautiful property there. Great opportunity. Get into the market. Don't wait for these mortgage rates to increase. Don't wait for the housing prices to continue to increase. We already know that the latest Case-Shiller numbers show a 14% year-over-year appreciation in Tampa Bay. So the longer you wait, the more you're going to pay, not only in price, but also the cost of funds to get that mortgage, to get that home in place. So you got two things fighting against you there the longer you wait. So the first thing we want to offer for our listeners out there is a value check. We're going to offer you a free appraisal. Now, that's basically save $500 on an appraisal, and all you have to do is text the word value to 813-917-1894. Now, that's our consumer advocacy hotline. Text the word value, and we're going to do a free comparable market analysis for you, basically let you know what your property is valued at. So anything that we can do to help you, you can reach out that same line, and we got some awesome content coming up here as well. We also offer a rent versus own analysis that's going to break down the amount of rent you're paying currently versus what you could if you get into the home ownership game, which take advantage of the tax write-offs, take advantage of building up equity in your own property, and shred that lease agreement. Get out of that lease agreement with your landowner. So the Real Estate Quarterback Show, committed to helping you win.
The only thing I'm addicted to right now is winning.
Okay. Our next professional partner that just joined our network, we're very proud to have him in studio here today. This is Mr. Ron Schulte of Marc Rutenberg Homes. Now, he's the sales director with Marc Rutenberg Homes. Welcome.
Thank you very much. To say hello to everybody in Tampa Bay.
Absolutely. Yep. So that's Ron Schulte, Marc Rutenberg Homes. Let's jump right into it, man. I was very impressed a few weeks ago when I went and checked out that model that you have in Palm Harbor. Gorgeous property. So much technology utilized, so many things to talk about. What are the highlights of these green homes that you're building?
I need to make one statement. We build conventional custom homes as well as our green products and our zero energy, no electric bill homes. So I don't feel like you have to go to the expense to be green. We incorporate a lot of those features into our homes. So every home that we deliver is Florida Green Building Coalition certified. That puts you in the top 1% of quality housing in the United States of America. But if you want to go further than that, why don't you look at the zero energy concept that we have? We have solar panels that generate about 15,000 watts of energy every single moment that we sell to the power company during the day. I'm on the grid. All the surplus power that we create with our solar panels, it's sold to the power company. In the evenings, we don't store, so I'm buying electricity from the power company, but I still am capable of zeroing out our electric bill every single month in the model. And then we got about $2,184 back at the end of the year. They'll let me cancel the bill every month. They won't give me the dollars for that surplus electricity on a monthly basis. But at the end of the year, we reckon with each other, and again, we got a refund back. There's something I need to tell you about green. The great thing about green is there's more than just green building products in the home. You're saving energy. We're water conservationists. It's a healthy home. And that packaged together with a zero energy home just puts you on the top of the housing market.
Yeah, it's a beautiful property, and there's so many other things to talk about. You've got the carpeting being made from recycled plastic bottles. You've got so many upgrades available with these types of properties, and it's just a great opportunity, again, to get into the home ownership game. A lot of times you look at starting off looking to home search. Go get pre-qualified through your lender. By the way, Integrity Financial Services are a mortgage partner right here in Largo, the absolute best in lending here locally. But you look at your pre-approval, you start the process, and then you want to. So here's two decisions you have. Here's a decision that you have as well: is do I buy someone else's resale, something that's on the market already, been lived in, or do I buy a lot and experience that process of building a home. And again, Ron Schulte, Marc Rutenberg Homes, what do you think about those factors when you start analyzing, Ron?
Well, what it comes down to is we all question sometimes, because we've been through some rocky times, if owning a new home is a great investment. Let's go through a couple of things. Number one, the EPA has tracked these energy-efficient homes, and they're telling us that for every dollar a homeowner spends, he's getting $2.50 back. Where do you get that rate of return anywhere in this country right now? And you have a place to live. Then if you get into the zero energy, the feds are going to give you a 30% tax credit. Not a deduction, but a 30% tax credit for what you spend on the zero energy program. So if I was doing $1 million home, I'm probably going to have $125,000 into the price of the home to get you to zero energy. And the federal government on your IRS filing is going to give you a 30% tax credit, or $37,500 back that year. What a great return on your investment.
Absolutely. And not to mention, like you said, you got to have a place to live anyways. You need a roof over your head. So why not do it with these green technologies? Take advantage of the research that Marc Rutenberg Homes have done and put into these properties, amazing properties. And what other features in that model did we look at?
Green and zero energy is a system. So let's talk about saving electricity. We use icing insulation. Our attic is totally sealed. You don't have the typical vented soffits around your eaves. You don't have a ridge vent at the top of the crown of the roof. And the theory being you're bringing in this wet, humid Florida air into your attic, trying to push the hot air up and out. Well, it doesn't work, but you did successfully grow mold and mildew in your attic by bringing in that humid air. Yeah. You're bringing in the pollen, the dust, the bugs, the critters. Well, yep. The icing insulation is a sealed attic. I don't have ventilated soffit. I don't have a ridge vent. But what happens is my attic yesterday got to 72 degrees. Everybody else was probably between 120 and 140 degrees.
Wow.
I don't have the pollution in my attic. It's not being redistributed into the home. So not only is that icing saving you a fortune on your electric bill, you're a healthy house. You're not rebreathing pollutants. People that have respiratory problems, asthma, absolutely love walking into my home. Within 15 minutes, they can breathe easy. We use a Solar Band 70 impact glass window to get you to zero energy. You just don't have any transmission of heat or cold to those windows. Yep. We use LED lighting. I think, Brandon, when you were there, I think I have maybe 160 LED lights burning every single moment that you're in the home. The great thing about it is they use very little energy. And a little fact, and I'm going to get into a lot of detail. You're going to have to cut me off sooner or later. I can talk forever.
We're good. Yeah.
But what happens is these LED lights don't create any heat. If I had that many regular light bulbs spots in the house, I would have had to have another 1.5 tons of air conditioning to overcome that heat that they generated.
Wow.
That's not a factor to me.
Yeah.
We save money on that. Then you look at the air conditioning system. I have an LG air conditioning system. The home, my model is 4,500 square foot of living area. I have a 3.2 ton air conditioning condenser. It's running 5 air handlers. We leave the thermostats at 80 degrees in the home, and here's why. I have dehumidification, and the science proves that if you can get your relative humidity 55% or lower, you're going to feel 10 degrees cooler. The relative humidity in our home is about 48%. So at 80, we feel like 70. You're comfortable. I think that's a great thing about air conditioning is you want to be comfortable, but nobody accomplishes it typically. You set the thermostats as low as you can, that thing runs all day long. Not the case with us.
And that's Ron Schulte of Marc Rutenberg Homes, sales director, and talk about these green technologies that we're utilizing in these home buildings, these new properties. It's basically old school versus new school. I mean, you've got a decision to make where you want to go and do some of the things traditionally and buy that resale, or look at buying a lot, going through the home building process. My parents did that when we were younger. What a great thing to see as a kid, and just to see the whole parts of the property being built, the pool being poured, and just an amazing experience for a young person to see. So Ron also has an offer here that we're going to extend to, I believe, the first 5, maybe 10 listeners that want to call in or text in. Ron, do you want to explain that offer for us?
Well, we're an on-your-lot builder primarily, and the greatest problem people have is finding that right lot, that home site to build your home on. So what I'll do for you is I'll come out and make an inspection of the home site that you want to purchase, the one you identified that might be close to fitting the bill. Let me tell you from a builder's point of view what the site costs are going to be, what the problems you could have with your power, with the sewer, with the water, and that way you go into that lot purchase as an informed consumer.
Sure. Yep. Your geos, you're looking at some of those. You're looking at the elevation, talking about flood insurance. We had Congressman Dennis Ross calling a few weeks back, and Mr. Kredick is also commenting on the flood. But we've got all that taken care of now. The politicians acted, and the flood should not be an issue now. But definitely if you're building a home, make sure you build it up at the right elevation and avoid some of those insurances that are out there. So, let's talk a little bit more about these green technology properties and how people can, if they want to stop by and take a look at one of your models or maybe give out your website.
It's marcrutenberg.com. Talk about some of the features in a home. And I'll get onto the fun part instead of the technical stuff about the energy. You walk up to the front door, you look up at the ceiling of the loggia, and it's a gorgeous tongue and groove wood ceiling. It's reclaimed from the river. The lumber they have is Florida pine, hardest lumber you can find. It's probably 500 years old, and that's what happened. They remilled it for us, reclaimed it from the Swanee River, and that's your ceiling. You walk in the front door. The front door is an absolutely gorgeous reclaimed cedar, from the Swanee River, probably 500-600-year-old material that was remilled for us. You get into the home, our sheetrock. Remember the Chinese sheetrock thing? Mm-hmm. We have synthetic drywall. I don't have any gypsum or sulfur in our drywall. It makes it a totally healthy home. And because of the product, I don't have to texture it. I don't have to load on the orange peel to cover up flaws. I have smooth walls. I have spotlights shining down an arched wall, and you can't find one imperfection. Yep. It's perfect.
And it cuts down the dust as well. Is that right?
Well, the air conditioning system with the icing insulation, you don't have any dust in the home, so you're not rebreathing all of that. It's a healthy home.
That's great content from Ron Schulte, Marc Rutenberg Homes. You got to check out their website, Marc Rutenberg. Do the Google thing. Check him out on Pinterest. He's got a lot of social media sites out there as well. So Brandon Rhymes, Real Estate Quarterback Show. When we come back, Judson Brady, our expert photographer, and Asante Samuel asking $12.9 million for his Florida mansion when we come back.
Don't forget, Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate.